Hey, what's happening, guys? I recently went to Trader Joe's. I raided their frozen food section. That's what's inside this bag for the best low-carb keto frozen foods in the store. I also try to pick out a few that I think you might want to avoid. You might think they're low-carb or keto, but they're actually not. So that being said, let's jump right into this frozen food bag of deliciousness and see what I picked up from Trader Joe's. So the first thing on my list is this organic frozen riced cauliflower. It's a product of Italy, so you know it's good. But really, if you ever try to make riced cauliflower before at home, you know it can be a pain in the butt, you know it can be time consuming. Just having packages like this around the house can be really convenient and save you a bunch of time. Plus, this entire package, it's only $2, so I think it's money well spent for the convenience of just having it around the house. This is a 12-ounce, 340-gram bag. The macros on every 85-gram serving, which is 3¼ cups, 20 calories, 4 grams of carbs, 2 of which is fiber, so 2 net carbs and 2 grams of protein. Really some pretty great stuff here. So, like I said, I also want to tell you guys some things to avoid at Trader Joe's. This cauliflower gnocchi sounds like it might be low carb and keto, but it really isn't. That's why it's always important to read the ingredient list on things, read the nutritional label, and just don't take things for face value just because it says cauliflower that it mostly is cauliflower, because this gnocchi, it isn't. The other ingredients are cassava flour and potato starch, and that's really what I think this gnocchi is made out of, because there's over 50 grams of carbs in here. And there's only 15 grams of fiber. So that's why it's always important to read the nutritional information on packages, read the ingredient list, and see really what is inside of these things, because this is definitely not low carb or keto. So the next thing on my you want to add this to your cart list is the frozen spinach from Trader Joe's. As I'm sure a lot of you guys know, spinach is an awesome low carb keto vegetable. Every serving just has 1 net carb. That's for 3/4 cup or 85 grams. It's a great way to get fiber into your day. It's great in stir fries. It's great in omelets. Great in pretty much everything, really. And a lot of people don't realize this, but frozen fruits and vegetables like this frozen spinach are actually more nutritious than their fresh counterparts. There's some good scientific research that proves this. You want to look more into this. I'll leave the studies in the video description below. Links to the studies anyways. But yeah, don't ever be afraid to buy frozen fruits and veggies because they are more nutritious. Next up on my list is the mélange à trois peppers and onions mix from Trader Joe's. This 16-ounce, 454-gram bag is $1.99. I love peppers and onions. I just think they're awesome in stir fries, awesome in fajitas. Just eating them by themselves, a little olive oil and salt. Really, really good. Obviously awesome in omelets as well. And every 85-gram serving, which is 3/4 cup, only 3 net carbs. And that's because the only ingredients in this mélange à trois bag is peppers and onions. There's no added sugars or anything like that. So check these out if you want to spice up your omelets, stir fries, or fajitas. Since we kicked this video off pretty much just talking about vegetables, we're going to continue that theme by talking about the frozen artichoke hearts at Trader Joe's. Everybody knows artichoke hearts are the best part about artichokes. I grew up eating artichokes. I'm Italian. If you didn't know, that's why, I've got this big nose. But really, I love artichoke hearts, especially when they're soaked in olive oil. You pair them with some olives, some cheese. It's just such a great combination there. And if you didn't know, artichoke hearts are an awesome low carb keto food. 3/4 cup or 85 grams of these has just 1 net carb. And like I said, add some olive oil to these, a little salt. You are in some delicious business. Wrapping up the frozen vegetable options at Trader Joe's is the lightly salted edamame. This is a 16-ounce, 454-gram bag. It's $2, and I love edamame for a few reasons. It's a really great snack. It only has 3 net carbs per 85-gram serving, so it's really low carb. And it has an awesome electrolyte balance. When you get the salted kind, you're looking at about an even amount of potassium and sodium. And obviously when you're doing keto, you need more electrolytes, you need more potassium and sodium. And edamame, especially the salted kind, are a great way to get some of that in. That being said, if you're looking for something to munch on, if you're looking for something to snack on, edamame That's where it's at. So I lied to you. I've got one more frozen vegetable idea from Trader Joe's for you, and that is the frozen zucchini spirals or frozen zucchini spaghetti. Surprisingly, this stuff is from Italy, the land of pasta, and this is a pasta substitute. So you know it has to be good. Now, if you're totally new to the game and you've never used zucchini to make low carb keto spaghetti, you gotta try it. Either do it at home or buy one of these boxes because it really is a fantastic low carb keto spaghetti substitute. This box, it's 12 ounces, 340 grams, just about $3. Obviously, it's cheaper to make it at home than to buy the box of this, but this stuff is very, very convenient. And every serving, every 85 gram serving, just 2 net carbs because the only thing in this package is zucchini and salt. By the way, if you're looking for a sauce to put on those noodles, I highly recommend checking out this pizza sauce by Rao's. Really delicious. It's totally keto friendly. Only 2 net carbs per 60 gram serving. Put a little bit of this on there with some Pecorino Romano cheese, a little crushed red pepper, and you are in some seriously delicious keto spaghetti business. We are moving on. We're done with vegetables. The next idea that I have for you is these ground grass-fed Angus beef patties. These are all natural. They're minimally processed. There's no artificial ingredients. These are 80-20 beef burgers. The macros work out really nice for keto, obviously 80-20, 290 calories, 23 grams of fat, 0 grams of carbs, and 19 grams of protein. The only ingredient in here is grass-fed Angus beef. You get 4 patties per container, which is 1 pound of beef, and it's $7.99 for the package. Continuing with the theme of burgers, the next idea that I have for you are the turkey burgers from Trader Joe's. Just like the beef burgers, there's 4 patties in here. It's a pound of turkey. However, the turkey burgers are considerably cheaper than the beef burgers. It's only $3 for this entire box of burgers. Now, as far as the macros go per patty, it's 180 calories, 10 grams of fat, 0 grams of carbs because there are no fillers, and 22 grams of protein. Only ingredients in this box is turkey, kosher salt, and rosemary extract. That is it. Since we're on the subject of meat, let's continue talking about meats with this 2-pound bag of frozen chicken thighs from Trader Joe's. Now, these frozen chicken thighs, they're pretty much They're pretty much the highest quality chicken thighs on planet Earth. At least that's what the bag says. So there's no preservatives, no MSG, no hormones, and it's all natural. All natural chicken thigh in a bag is what you got going on here. Now, this bag is $7 and about 50 cents for the 2 pounds of chicken thighs. And as far as the macros go per chicken thigh, which is about 73 grams, it's 7 grams of fat, 0 grams of carbs, and 11 grams of protein. Now, chicken thighs are great for a few reasons. Number 1, they're just more flavorful than chicken breasts. Number 2, there's more fat in chicken thighs than there are in chicken breasts, which is important, obviously, when you're doing the keto diet because you want to get more fat into your day. And number 3, you can replace chicken breasts with chicken thighs in practically every recipe that calls for chicken breasts. Speaking of frozen chicken, my next frozen food idea for you are the chicken wings. This 2-pound bag of frozen organic chicken wings. These are raised, raised, and harvested in the US, which I think just means killed. Also, they're not given any antibiotics ever. There's no solution added to these chicken wings. They're just frozen in water. Very, very high quality frozen chicken wings right here. And as far as the price, these chicken wings are $7 for a 2-pound bag. So they're a little bit cheaper than the chicken thighs are. Nutritional information wise, for 112 grams of chicken wings, it's 210 calories, 14 grams of fat, so a little bit higher in the fat than the chicken thighs are, and 20 grams of protein. Of course, chicken wings, one of the most popular low carb keto foods, so I had to add these frozen ones to my list. Moving on from chicken, the next thing on my frozen food list is frozen salmon. Coho salmon and sockeye salmon, and I gotta sockeye salmon, both wild caught. They're both about $10.99 a pound. And also they have pretty much the same nutritional profile. So for every 4 ounce, 113 gram serving, you're looking at about 160 calories, 7 grams of fat, 0 grams of carbs, and 22 grams of protein. And in those 7 grams of fat, you're looking at a ton of healthy fats. Also, they're wild caught fillets, so they had to make the list. Now, getting back to a few things to avoid in the frozen food section at Trader Joe's and that are kind of confusing. The broccoli kale pizza crust and the cauliflower pizza crust, totally not low carb or keto at all. You might think that they are because, vegetables are in the top title of both of these pizza crusts. Could not be farther from the truth. Also, they both list that, cauliflower is the first ingredient in here, broccoli is the first ingredient in here, but then you have corn flour and corn flour is the second ingredient. Interestingly enough, there's 0 fiber in this broccoli kale pizza crust. I don't even know how that's possible if broccoli and kale is in this pizza crust. So basically, it's just garbage. 100 calories for the pizza crust too. I mean, you might as well just use a regular pizza crust at that point. Even if you're not doing low carb or keto, just use a regular pizza crust. And then this one, same thing. There's actually more carbs. There's 1 gram of fiber in here though in the cauliflower one, but more carbs in this one than even the broccoli and kale one. So these pizza crusts, don't even bother with them. They're complete garbage. And lastly, I think this goes without saying, but just avoid the meatballs at Trader Joe's. Just because meat is the first word in meatball doesn't mean there's mostly meat in here. It's half meat, half breadcrumb, totally not worth your time. Just avoid them. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That is my list of the best low carb keto frozen foods at Trader Joe's and a few frozen foods to avoid. I hope you guys enjoyed the list. If you've got some frozen foods that you like to get when you're at Trader Joe's that are like your go-tos there, let me know what they are in the comments below. I'd love to see them. As always, thank you guys so much for checking the video out, and I will see you in the next one.